My name is Kamal Warren, and I day trade the FTSE 100.
So Kamal, let's take a live view at what's going on today. What are we looking at?
Okay, let's have a look. So I'm looking at the 5-minute chart, which is one of my favorite chart to look at doing what I do. And I also generally tend to compare that against the 15-minute chart, because as you can see on the 15 minutes chart, I've got this trend line that goes across that normally would give me a roadmap as to, because what happens if anyone watching the principles of trend line is, as you can see, the price action here, it's like a pinball machine. It bounces on the top trend line and then it punches through, it comes down. So these are really your turning points you'd expect what to happen. So there's a lot of action going on within the trend line itself. So and also I use this project where potentially to take profits, etc., entry points on the 15 minutes chart. So looking at today, today is actually quite an interesting day, because unlike, as you can see, the index is making new highs. Yeah, if you were to go back to the 1-hour chart, it is making new highs. And let's go to the daily chart as well. So these are the things that I tend to look at very quickly just to find out what's going on. So where are we today is 574. What to draw the support and resistance? 574 is, it's a new high in since when? Since 2000, and it's higher than what it did in 2008. It's going up to 2007 levels. Right, okay, let's come back to the most recent chart time frames. So why I say today is interesting is because you don't have previous day's action to plot your Fibonacci numbers. So what I mean by that is, if you go back to the 15 minutes chart, for example, if you were trading here, let's call it, what day is this? Say 25th of April. If I'm in 25th of April and the index is doing what it does, then I can quite easily plot my Fibonacci numbers from here, take the recent low and pull it up to 25th of April, and the market is dropping. I can project, for example, if I'm here at 8:45 in the morning, let's make that a bit bigger. The market drops, not necessarily I would have picked up a trade, but if you got a short position, can you see how beautifully it reverses at the 23% mark of the Fibonacci? So you've got indicators as to where potentially it may reverse. And
So that Fibonacci tool gives you support and resistance?
It does, because more often than not, Fibonacci numbers would end up being the support and resistance in the market. So yes, it does. Not all the time, but most often than not. Because the price needs something to reverse. And Fibonacci numbers, don't ask me why, but those are the benchmark as to how the price action moves.
So is today a good day?
Today, like I said, it's an interesting day because it's making new highs. So you don't have previous Fibonacci numbers to go by. Bless you. So you don't have the previous Fibonacci numbers to extrapolate high as to where it's going to go. So if you were to look at where the market is today, it is at 576. The most recent high before that is on around about the 15th of March. So to give an example, if you were to do the Fibonacci numbers from there to the most recent low here, you can see it has punched through all the Fibonacci numbers, and the last number would have been somewhere around here, I think, the 76% mark, and it's even moved above the most recent high, and it's not showing signs of turning. So the trick is, how do you project numbers from here? So you pull out your other trick from your bag, which is your support and resistance. So there are two ways to do that. You can either click the default button on your chart that gives you, it draws automatically the support and resistance level, like what he has just done now, which is not too bad. I tend to use this, but I also tend to use my own experience in trying to see whether if there are any other support numbers to look at.